This ain't my business, but I just know about it.
We like to welcome y'all to another episode of That Ain't My Business.
But let's talk about it.
I'm your boy Nesto the Don, your favorite co-host, the one that y'all be checking for, you heard me?
It's your boy Pac-Man, the Hood's Voice Box, you know what I'm talking about? And we have a returning guest with us again, a very special guest. Who do we have with us today?
The troublemaker,
I heard that.
Craig Lee, straight out of Queensboro Lakeside, Shreveport, Louisiana, Caddo Parish.
So, I would assume you being a troublemaker that you here to rake up a little trouble.
It makes you trouble.
and clear up some confusion around town based on some great things that's happening, that some people have taken another road and trying to turn that into a negative versus a positive.
Okay. Well, ain't no need for us to hold back, you know. Let's just go and jump into it. We have you here. You got some dots to connect, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we gonna let you have the floor.
Well, you know, one of the things, Robert, we are in a very good time right now.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's a very, very good time because this is my 29th year in Shreveport since I retired from corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
This is my 29th year of doing grassroots empowerment, advocacy, activism, and lobbying. And as also a grassroots economic development specialist, this is a very, very good time because Shreveport is a very tough nut to crack.
Mm.
You're talking about hardcore racism, hardcore white supremacy, and that has prevented a lot of opportunities over the 29 years that I've been doing this work, and even before then, with me coming up in Lakeside and then us coming to Queensboro in 1975, and subsequently me migrating to New Orleans at Xavier University when I graduated from Fair Park. All of that has been a tough city, and that's how we lost a lot of our intellectual capital.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people leaving, going to Dallas, going to Houston, myself, New Orleans, people in Atlanta. And so a lot of things started to regress. Mm-hmm. And we lost a lot of opportunities because once the political pendulum started to swing in the direction of the African American community, we had a lot of retarded people taking office that don't know a goddamn thing about anything. And it has killed us. And it's not just on the Negro side. We're talking about on the Caucasian side as well. And so it has stifled a lot of growth. So when I left corporate America 29 years ago, I had no idea how difficult this was. And I began to put a master plan together that would focus on several key areas. Food and beverage, positive entertainment, edutainment, cultural arts, tourism, cultural tourism, wholesale products, and community development, meaning residential and commercial development. So that was my game plan. I just didn't know how difficult it would be in order to navigate. And so what we're now seeing is you remember the Harlem Renaissance?
Mm.
Okay, if y'all ever get a chance to look at or research the Harlem Renaissance, that's what we're in right now, but we're calling it the North Louisiana Black Renaissance Movement.
Mm.
And so I've been the leader of this for the past 29 years, but I knew that there is no way that I, even with a team of former attorney, city councilman Huey Huckabee, former city councilman Joe Shine, former city councilman Willie Bradford, attorney Larry English, former president of the NAACP, James Pannell, former attorney Joel Smith, I knew that we couldn't just get the traction because there were some forces that had some major dollars that was preventing opportunity from happening. And that's why when you and I met, of course, we bumped heads initially because I wanted young people to really understand the complexities of this game as you started to learn how complex this game really is, because I didn't want people to have to bump their heads like I ended up having to bump my head and get used by people you're supposed to be on the team with, and they're using your voice and your courage to now lobby perceptively for black businesses, but they're actually pimping you to get a $5 million contract through the goddamn casino.
Let me interject real fast. Don't lose your point.
I'm with you.
Because I wanted to, because it was in my head before you even said what you said. When we first initially met and we bumped heads and we ended up talking on the phone at the time, and we could say whatever we were saying, right? And I said something to the effect, I was like, them white dollars or something, like, you know what I'm saying? But that was before I really knew who you were and what you were about and things like that. And when I said, you said, you know what? I like you. You was like, I like you. Yeah. I just said that to say that moment that we had, it never left my mind. I always thought about that part.
Exactly.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Because I like the courage. My thing is to teach grassroots people the complexities of how this whole thing works. And that's what's so beautiful about Curtis 50 Cent Jackson coming into the city, and as well as Orville Hall and Philip Price. Because these cats are from the hood, but they've been exposed to corporate business. And so a lot of cats who've been in the dope game, who've been in the street, they can't make that turn. They can't make that turn. And just to show you how gangster this thing is, my classmate, brother Craig Salone, Ronald Salone, shout out to him, one of our best in the juvenile justice system. He saw me in Cedar Grove while I was whipping ass Saturday on the domino table. And he said, man, Tip needs to talk to you. Tip is one of the OGs from the city of Shreveport, and he's transformed his life. He's in Dallas. Well, guess what he wants to do? He needs to get in touch with Orville and 50 Cent. They know that I'm the plug. So at the end of the day, no problem. That's going to be done, because you got to have people that can relate to the hood, the streets, the grassroots, but who can also make the transition into the corporate. See, that's what 50 has done, and he makes it look simple, but it ain't really that simple. But 50 has taken the principles of how he was raised by his grandparents, the principles of what he learned in the street, and then what he's been exposed to through his research study, and also his experience of working in the corporate arena. That dude has made some major moves. And so when we look at this thing as to what's going on in Shreveport, I want people to understand this is the creator really blessing this city, because I'd already been putting this together for 29 years. You see? So we had already been working on concepts before Orville and Philip even got here. But the beautiful thing is, Orville didn't know me and I didn't know him. When we met 5 years ago, Orville had fallen in love with the city of Shreveport, and we're going to get into the whole hurricane, Little Drizzle, Little Drizzle Chris. Yeah, Little Drizzle Chris, because he ain't a hurricane, he ain't a tornado, he ain't a thunderstorm, he ain't a hot, heavy shower. He's Little Drizzle.
But man ain't a heavy shower.
But we met 4 or 5 years ago. He didn't know that I had a master plan for tourism and all of this, but he had his vision. And so here you got this New York cat who is, and what's so funny about this, and this is why history is so important. Orville Hall and Philip Price are far more important than Hurricane Chris in the music game
Yeah.
in Louisiana. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
He the most sample
You
artist.
goddamn right. Okay, he's the most sampled rap artist in hip hop history. Okay, and what else?
Every bounce song got his sample in it.
The goddamn bounce music of New Orleans. This is the foundation. These are the people who laid the foundation for bounce music, and also some of the other rap great cuts. Okay. Oh, you want some? Ain't that
I about to say,
cold?
what's the
Mr. Cole? Here they go.
You know what the biggest bounce song of all time is?
What's that?
Back that ass up.
Back that ass up.
Shit.
Okay, so these guys whose record has been sampled by all these and is the foundation of New Orleans music, they decided to live in Shreveport. It would have made sense that they live where?
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
Yeah.
But they selected Shreveport because the one true thing that Hurricane Lil Drizzle Chris said was that he was the catalyst to bring in Orville here the second time. That is true. And Orville even admits to that. But unlike Chris, Orville has gone through a spiritual transformation. So they weren't focused on the music thing anymore. They were focused on economic development. And so he and his partner, Brother Philip Price, they began to bring people from New York to Shreveport because they fell in love with the city.
Say, move the mic like right there in front of the book.
My bad.
So it'll be,
All right. So they moved here in order to now execute this game plan. They wasn't focused on no damn music. They haven't talked to me about, Craig, do you know any hot artists? They haven't said that in 5 years. Because it's been about the business, the economic development of transforming Shreveport primarily through residential housing and commercial real estate. That's the bottom line. So when we met at Orlando's 4 or 5 years ago, Orville was already recruiting for Shreveport, and I overheard his conversation because I was at the table next to him, and I added to the conversation, and he's like, yo, I like what you got to say. We kept talking, so we exchanged cards. And so I said, look, I'm doing a residential project right now. Come on over to the house. And that's right behind, I'm going to be inviting you guys over. It's right down the street on behind the McDonald's on Greenwood and Jewella. So I'm going to invite y'all guys over in a few weeks. We're almost finished. So he came over and he's like, Craig, I'm working on a project. He showed me his plan. He said, I'm working on a project and it's going to be called Flip the City. It's going to be a TV show and we're going to take renters and flip them into homeowners. He ain't said a goddamn thing to me about no goddamn rap. Not for damn sure, not no damn Ratchet. He was talking about residential commercial development and taking affordable housing and putting them into the hands of grassroots people. That's what the whole thing was about. So his whole focus was like, hey man, I'm gonna get 50. He told me this like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm gonna get 50. So I'm like, I don't know him. So I'm like, I trust you whenever you're ready. He said, Craig, when we get ready, I'm gonna call you because I want you to be in the initial episode. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm doing my thing. Lo and behold, the deal is announced. 50 is buying the studio last year. The deal is announced. So now, before the launch or the ribbon cutting in April, people don't even know this, so I can tell you guys this. We had already filmed the initial pilot for Flip the City. It's already been done. Guess who is I'm co-starring the goddamn thing. So everything that you guys are doing with this podcast, you guys are learning to do what? Film,
Yeah.
Y'all are learning to edit. Y'all are learning to write. That's what you need to be focused on. If you're talking about trying to focus on rap music, bruh, unless you're trying to do this from a standpoint of doing a soundtrack or something like that, 50 ain't here trying to discover rap talent.
I know that's right.
50, so basically what you're saying is 50 is not here to recreate G-Unit.
Hell no.
The music.
No, not the music side.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody figures a way of presenting themselves, you know, with some major skills.
It's gonna have to be the next Stevie Wonder.
It's gonna have to be hey, bro, you gonna
something
have to
undeniable.
undeniable.
Yeah, right.
He ain't trying to cultivate no goddamn talent, especially trying to transition you from Ratchet into some epic We're in a global economy.
Facts.
As a matter of fact, I don't mean to cut you out. I just noticed 50 Cent have done more for Louisiana than Hurricane.
Hell yeah.
50 Cent signed the Louisiana artist.
Hell yeah.
Kid.
Come on.
And took him around the world. Hurricane ain't took nobody around the world.
So this is foolishness that we're talking about. So I wanted to set the stage so you understand that this dude is not here for that. So why is the studio even available? So let's break this down.
Talk about it.
In 2003, Louisiana did something that no other state had done in the country.
What they do?
They passed state legislation to have movie industry tax credits. Now, for everybody that's out there that got a job or, you know, they don't know what the hell that means. But at the end of the day, Hollywood now say, wait a minute. You mean to tell me we can go to Louisiana and make a film and get a 30% tax break? Let's pack up. So Louisiana became the epicenter of the film industry in 2004. What happens in 2005?
Hurricane Katrina.
Hurricane
Because they was
Katrina.
filming mostly in New Orleans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Hurricane Katrina knocks out New Orleans. But what does Louisiana still have in place? The tax credit.
Yeah, the tax credit.
Right.
Yeah.
So now what ends up happening?
They migrate to Shreveport.
To Shreveport. So Shreveport becomes what? Hollywood of the South. They build the big ass studio, Millennium Studio, downtown. And that's how the studio got there. Right. Diego Martinez and his group, they build a studio. But now, a few years after that, what happens? New Orleans comes back online.
Right.
Well, if New Orleans is online, what do you think Hollywood gonna keep making movies?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Oh, they don't want to come to Shreveport?
New Orleans
Not with all this racism.
New Orleans got a better history.
Exactly.
You know? Something that they can line with stories in the movies.
Exactly. So the film industry dries up in Shreveport. Diego Martinez, they go out of business. The goddamn studio can't make money to pay its debt. That's a $10 million plus studio. They couldn't pay the damn debt. So it's just been sitting up. So in comes Orville Hall, who is connected to 50. He is an OG from Hollis, Queens. They are some of the most, he and Philip Price, two of the most successful hip-hop artists in the history of rap music. They're in Shreveport. So he's a marketing genius. So he's like, let me put this deal together, and let me now go after 50, because 50 is now doing what? Film and television. You can make way more money with film and television than you can with rap music.
I know that's right.
And he's proven that with his Power series. So at the end of the day, that's the basis. I want y'all to understand the basis of what this is. 50 Cent is investing into Orville Hall vision. And Orville Hall has fallen in love with the city of Shreveport. And it ain't a goddamn thing that either Hurricane Chris, Little Drizzle Chris, or Mandigo, or any goddamn person professing ratchetness has ever done that would even equal what that dude has done for the rap music in the state of Louisiana, or what's going on in Shreveport. Let's get that understood right now. Just because you had a song, "Hey Baby," which credit gotta go to Funk Dog for that track, because the production is what made the track. And just because you had Holly Berry, and I heard that he didn't even write that.
No.
So if you think you're a legend because of that, something is wrong with you. Is BG a legend by himself? Is BG?
It's arguable. It's arguable.
Is BG a legend by himself?
Without the hot boys.
You saying without Cash Money?
Yeah.
Without the Hot Boys or without Cash Money?
Exactly.
Without Cash Money, no. Without the Hot Boys, yeah.
I can't see that. See. Let me show you what I'm saying. Juvenile was a member of Hot Boys, right?
Right.
Juvenile's a legend without the goddamn Hot Boys and without Cash Money.
I agree.
Wayne was a member of the Hot Boys, right?
He's a legend.
He's a legend with or without them.
I agree.
Yeah.
But when you factor in Turk and BG, now BG is higher than Turk.
Yeah, see, BG had a better post-Cash Money career than Turk. And,
that's true.
And before the Hot Boys got popping, BG was popping. He was kind of like holding Cash Money together. Before Juve and before the Hot Boys
came to them.
Yeah.
So my point is, you can't say that you're a goddamn legend in this rap thing, because you ain't. And I corrected MJ the other day because MJ thought he was our first big time artist from Shreveport.
About Profile.
You goddamn right.
Profile.
They had a number one record for 20-something weeks.
We need Profile on the podcast.
You damn right.
People need to know about Profile.
They need to know about them. Y'all make sure y'all get them on this podcast, because I told MJ, hell no. Profile was signed to Motown by Kadar Massenberg when they dropped Boys to Men, right out of Shreveport.
And they had 2 albums they did good. Hurricanes just had 1.
Okay. And so, but they had a number one record for 20-something weeks on the R&B charts, right out of Shreveport. And so we need to be able to set the record straight that this dude, A, is not a goddamn legend. B, you have not done anything for the city of Shreveport. And then the whole thing, again, 50 Cent is not here for no goddamn rap music. The whole Humor and Harmony Festival was a launch. It was even though it was a hard launch, it was really a soft launch for what's about to happen with the film. He was bringing his friends to Shreveport to sell them on the economic development.
Right. And Hurricane want to come jack up the harmony, the economic development pitch that we got going on. You want to come with all this crap.
Because he thinking this about rap.
Yeah.
This ain't about
no
rap.
damn rap.
This ain't about
We got enough rappers already. We don't need no more rappers.
We need rappers like we need lawyers, damn it. Like we need a bullet in our head. The fuck is you talking
This
about?
ain't about no rap.
Yeah.
So if you can't make the adjustment into looking at the property, and you better be focused, whether you're in Queensboro, like we're in Queensboro right now, you better be focused on Lakeside. You damn sure better be focused on Lakeside and Allendale.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
See,
in the round.
You damn right, because Shreveport is landlocked to the east. Why?
With the Red River?
You goddamn right, the Red River. So they can't grow to the east. They gotta grow where?
The opposite direction.
To the west.
Yeah, so they're gonna make all like Allendale.
Exactly.
It's gonna become a part of downtown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the studio is situated in Ledbetter Heights, and the formerly St. Paul's Bottoms. So your ass best be trying to get property.
Yeah.
Because last I checked a few weeks ago, Dave Chappelle was here. Think about this. Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams on the same goddamn show. Well, can Mandigo make that happen?
Man, Mandigo can't get two rappers from the same city on the same show.
We know Hurricane Chris can't make that. So you gotta stay in your lane. You gotta stay in your lane. So these cats have brought the global economy to the city of Shreveport. All based on Orville Hall's vision. And so this dude sees something in Shreveport that he fell in love with. And he has a wonderful queen that he adores and loves. That brother tell me what church home that Hurricane Chris has. He don't even stay here now.
So what do you think about his pitch that he said, I'm gonna leave my opinion out of there. What do you think about the fact he said his fight was he was trying to get local artists some money?
That's all a lie.
Yeah, you said he's trying to get them paid.
Yeah, that's all a lie. See, in psychology, that's a reverse psychological trick. To now make it seem like it's not about you, but it's about them, but it's a lie. Because at the end of the day, that's that dude's festival. That's his goddamn festival. So you can't tell him who to book. And again, what is this all about? Is this about rap or economic development?
Economic development.
Okay, so if this is about economic development and we're here to bring tourists in town, do you think a goddamn tourist gives a damn about local artists?
Is that what I keep saying? He booked the artist to bring people in.
Exactly. This is about Shreveport. This ain't about no goddamn rap.
And to make the people that come, make them want to come back.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I got one more question.
Keep on going.
Then, so I seen him talking, and I did a little spiel in my last episode. Well, on the last episode, and I kind of broke down the word dynamic, how Ratchet came from Ratchet. You know, it was the dialect. He didn't know exactly what his grandmother was saying. She was calling him Ratchet, and he took that as Ratchet, and saying belt like that was something positive. Which, if you look up the definition of Ratchet,
both terms fucked up.
Terrible, right?
Yeah, both terms terrible.
But I can't put it to the side, so I'm gonna phrase it like this. What do you think about Hurricane saying, well, you got Mandigo, you got Ratchet Life, you got these quote-unquote artists that's been invested in Ratchet. 50, you trying to tear down what the culture, that we've built.
First and foremost, he don't even know what the hell the word culture means. See, let me break this down for y'all. And I blame KRS-One. I blame Africa Bambaataa because he's the one that started this foolishness on calling hip hop culture, because it's not. KRS-One, Ice Cube started proliferating this foolish concept. And in 1996, I told my research partner, Amari Davis, I say, brother, we have to really go ahead and be very deliberate and intentional in defining what culture is and what it is not, because these people do not know what that term represents. If you study the word culture, the root word for culture is cult. And not no goddamn Jim Jones religious cult, nothing like that. When you look at the etymology of the term, cult as in cultivation, there are four basic principal components that you have to have as it relates to culture. Number one, you have to have land. Land. Unencumbered land. that already knocks us out because our people were transported to this new land that is called now America. Some of our people were here, yes, but at the end of the day, the masses of our people were here. The next thing that you got to have is an ethnicity, a race of people. Who the hell are hip-hoppers? Who the hell are hip-hoppers? There is no such group of people called hip-hoppers. Rap music, hip-hop is only a
genre.
That's all it is. It's a macro term for multiple artistic expressions, primarily the DJ who spins the record or mixes the record, the MC who either hypes or raps.
Baby.
Okay? The rapper / MC, the dancing, the so-called graffiti, the fashion. Those are just artistic expressions. Art is just one component of culture. So now we got land, we got people. The next thing you got to have is language. And English is not our language. So we're talking about a unique language for your people. And then the fourth thing you got to have is food and water. Because without those four things, you can't have an economic system. You can't have security. There are a lot of things that make up culture. And so the people don't know what that is. So they've been throwing this term around for a long period of time. And I told my research partner, we got to deal with that. And see, they do it because they're miseducated. They're miseducated, y'all. This is why we got to read. See, our people don't know, so they just do word association. They believe that the term means something that it doesn't mean. First and foremost, we don't have culture in America because we've been stripped of culture. So if I ask you, chitlins, is that our culture? Is that a cultural food?
No, that's what we're given.
You goddamn right. So where we're at, there's a term called subculture because we are now adopting things that our ancestors did while they were enslaved. That doesn't make it our culture. The culture is something that exists when you're not enslaved. To be honest, there's only one culture in the world. And the only real one culture in the world is African culture. Because everybody else is a grafted byproduct of African people. Because
it supersedes everything.
Exactly. We're the original people. So that's why, whether it be, let me ask you this question. Martial arts. Where did martial arts start?
I can't remember. I used to.
But where do most people believe martial arts started?
Asia. Like Asia.
But it didn't. It started in goddamn Africa. But Asia wants to claim that martial arts started in China, Japan, somewhere in Asia. Why? Because it is an integral part of their culture.
Well, let me ask you a question.
They won't claim everything but their disease.
Being that Westerners, quote unquote, or Europeans, quote unquote, have basically conquered the world, right?
Yes.
Is we're not under their culture since they
exactly
okay.
But see, they don't really even have culture because they've adopted elements from African culture into their thing, whether it's Scottish, Irish, French, or whatever, right? But they have land, some of it that they've stolen. Of course, they stole this. They then have people, then they have language, and then they have food. We know America is just a hodgepodge because they came and stole this land, okay? We know that. We know they didn't know how to farm, so they learned how to farm from the natives, okay? Whether it be us or the so-called Asians that came in through the north. So at the end of the day, they really don't have culture, okay? European society sent their worst here, not their best. And so what has happened, Africa Bambaataa, to make rap music, to like make this thing not a fad, they took elements of culture and since they know the people don't know, and they started saying this is hip hop culture. But if you understand what hip hop is, it's just an umbrella term for artistic expression.
So nobody be going by nothing that African Bambaataa said now.
Exactly, because he's a pedophile, homosexual. So all this was going on, and then KRS-One pushes it, and then Ice Cube starts pushing it, and so now it's like for the culture, So I always ask, well, what's the goddamn culture? You ain't got no damn language. You ain't got no damn food. What's the hip hop food? What's the hip hop language? You see? So they're making artistic expression through rap, through dance, through fashion. The only thing that is unique to African descendants in America that wasn't going on in Africa is goddamn turntables. That's the only damn thing. If you look at the movie Rise, R-I-Z-E, all of those dance movements that they do now and break dancing and whatnot, our ancestors were already doing that. Where does rap music, where does the term rap, the art form of rap, where does that come from? Spoken word.
Yeah.
That's spoken word. So you know who the real rap artists, the original rap artists were? It wasn't the Sugar Hill Gang.
I thought it was some people from Jamaica or someone from the Caribbean.
Well, no, the Last Poets. The Last Poets in 1968. See, they took the spoken word and they took the drum. And those are your real rap artists. You can pull them up, the Last Poets. And then you had cats like Bama, the Village Poet. They came way before DJ Kool Herc. As a matter of fact, if you do the research on DJ Kool Herc, he's attributed with doing the break. Like he started focusing on the beat in James Brown songs. Yeah. There was no rap music when DJ Kool Herc was starting to play. So there's been a lot of lying that has been taking place over the past 50 goddamn years with this damn hip hop and rap. And what has happened in every damn city throughout the country, now everybody says, we got ratchet culture. We got such and such culture.
So you trying to tell me that it's okay to grow out of ratchet?
I'm not only telling you that, it is a mandatory, it's a must. Because if you want your families to survive, so tell me, I want both of y'all to tell me, what does ratchet mean? Tell me what ratchet means.
Well, me growing up, when I thought of ratchet, I thought of somebody, that, either sleep with a lot of people or talk to a lot of people or kind of just, like we'll say we wearing the same clothes for a couple of days, we ratchet thugging, you call that.
So let's stop right there. So sleep with a lot of people. Shreveport, New Orleans is highest in the United States, one of the highest cities, two of the highest cities in the United States for what?
STDs.
Because what? They sleep with it. They ratchet. Keep on going.
Yeah, like I say,
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing.
Terrible.
Very bad thing. HIV and STDs are a bad thing. Okay, keep on going.
Just
is murder a good thing or a bad thing?
When you being shysty, that's kind of ratchet.
That's ratchet. Lying is ratchet.
Yeah.
Is murder ratchet?
I don't know. It's murder.
They claim it ain't.
Murder. No, it's all a part of it.
I guess somebody gonna get murdered if they sleeping around with the same homeboy. So I guess it is.
It's drug dealing because he puts it in the song. Is drug dealing ratchet?
I think it's kind of ratchet.
Hey, I don't think there'll be no ratchet without no
drugs. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Popping pills.
Pills is that ratchet?
Yeah.
So tell me what is positive about goddamn ratchet.
What's positive? Okay, let me see if I can play devil's advocate.
Let's hear it.
What's positive about ratchet? I would have some people to say that ratchet has. I hear people say this. I had people say ratchet put us on the map.
It puts you on the map for everything negative. Which is why then they complain and say what? It ain't nothing to do with Shreveport. We need jobs. We need things to do. Who the hell wants to bring something to a city that's goddamn ratchet? See, that's a double-minded person. They want to be able to do all of the negative stuff, but then they want positive stuff. That don't work like that. And so Ratchet don't focus on elevating the children academically. It doesn't focus on helping the children in their careers. It don't focus on nothing. If they would have just kept this as it relates to a song and not trying to brand the city. Now, look at how stupid Lil Drizzle was. He said, that's just like if you go Dallas and you say, we ain't gonna do D-Town no more. What is negative about D-Town? D is just a substitute for goddamn Dallas.
Yeah.
H-Town is just a substitute for Houston. Okay, so that when I was back in the 80s, Houston had a real popular song by the Fifth Ward Boys. Pussy, 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 pussy. You think Houston is gonna now brand this city?
The pussy city.
The pussy. Nobody does that. But what has happened, the people who are unconscious about life started to feel represented because now they got a term that's being promoted throughout. And really, Mandigo is not the one that blew the term up. It was the next single that came out with him and Bootsy. That's really what blew it up. And then KP with the Ratchet Girl song, because that track is really, KP got skills. KP really got skills. I talked to him the other day.
Me too. He's supposed to be coming on as well.
That's good.
So y'all saying Mandigo ain't got no rap skills?
No.
And that's my question
He got
too.
one verse.
Because, all right, when you went to jail, when Mandigo went to jail, he went to jail as big CEO, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand why he came out and wanted to be the rapper.
Because he sees, he doesn't get it. Birdman, though he raps, he ain't no goddamn rapper. Puffy, though he raps, he ain't no goddamn rapper. Dr. Dre, though he raps, he ain't no goddamn rapper. So what happens when they see these people, they want to imitate and emulate what they do. But a lot of that you can't do. And so so his whole claim to fame is Ratchet. So I get it. From a marketing standpoint, I get it. You believe that this is your intellectual property and you want to now promote this no matter how messed up it is. Now let me show you how dumb this is though. This is how dumb this is. He considers himself to be an OG in the drug game, right? Right?
No.
Yeah, he does. Now, is Mandigo is Mandigo considered to this day a bigger drug dealer or a bigger boss in the street than Larry Hoover?
Shit, no.
Hell no.
Hell no, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What organization did Larry Hoover start?
GD.
And what was that called?
Gangster Disciple.
So Larry Hoover's been locked up for how long?
A long damn time.
Since the 70s, right? What does Larry Hoover call GD now?
Growth and Development.
Why did he change the goddamn name?
Because he's trying to get the fuck up.
Because he grows.
He's elevated.
He's growed as a person.
He's elevated. Jeff Fort started the El Rucon gang. Jeff Fort doesn't even go by the name anymore. They're Muslims. They've elevated. So now you got a dude who didn't do any reading while he was in jail.
Yeah.
He didn't do nothing productive while he was in jail.
Yeah, I even just seen Lil Durk say something that he was like, he a famous BD. He said he's a Muslim now. You say you can't be Muslim and be this.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't, bruh. When you were a child, you thought as a child. Mm-hmm. But if you grow into manhood, you have to what? Put away childish things.
So he just basically wasted all them years.
Wasted all of those damn years. Because at the end of the day, none of those guys, Stanley Tookie Williams, he's from Louisiana. Goddamn one of the founders of what?
Correct.
So before he was executed, what was he saying?
I don't know for sure, but I do know he was writing children's books and shit like that. He was trying to get people away from gang life.
Exactly, bruh.
I know that much.
So why would you still, if you want the best for your city, as you claim, still try to promote a concept that does nothing but bring your city down? All because of a goddamn record. Let me put this in perspective. I was the top percussionist in Caddo Parish from 1983 to 1985 at Fairport High School. We're getting ready to do our band reunion in October to celebrate Mr. Cleveland White. I was the best. Now, rap music takes the two most potent art forms of African culture, creative arts, the drum and the spoken word. And you can do something like this.
Hey, that kind of slap right there. We want to rap.
Okay. That's the potency of the beat. Mm-hmm. So what has happened, the beat, the musical arrangement has captivated the mind. Yeah. I used to go to clubs and do case analysis, and y'all remember the song that came out years ago, and it was like a chant. Dum da da dum 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 da da dum 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 da da dum 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 dum.
It's a science style.
Dum 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 dum. Down for my nigga, fuck the mother nigga. Bruh, I would see when that beat dropped.
You go crazy.
Bruh. Because the beat.
Yeah, it's a science to it.
It's a science to it,
just
bro.
like with even when you go to church and they sing at church, it's a certain way they sing to make you feel a certain way.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. So that is what the Ratchet thing has done. There has been a dynamic. When you hear Big Papa and the pit, I didn't even know what the hell he was saying at first. Wanna be a man, wanna be a man. Nah. And I was like, I love Papa, but he was promoting pills in the song. But Papa has grown now. Papa is one of my good partners. He was just trying to get on. He from the hood. He from the bottoms. So they didn't know all of the dynamics of what that would entail. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Who is one of the biggest gangsters in the history of Shreveport from the bottoms? Gold. Gold is a goddamn deacon now. Mm-hmm. He don't even... I want Goat.
Bam preached too now, dog.
Let me tell you, I want Goat to come speak at Tuesday morning breakfast. Goat said, Craig, why you want me? I said, Goat, the people need to hear how you transform. He don't even want to talk about that. So that's how I know that Mandigo didn't put into himself when he went to prison. So he gets out, do that ratchet. And so since Lil Drizzle Chris has not put into himself, he's being indoctrinated to roll in that realm. So let's go to I brought the scripture since the people love the Bible. Look here, if you go to the 4th chapter of Hosea, 4th chapter of Hosea, verse 6, look at this now. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of cars, lack of money. Lack of houses.
No.
Lack of sex.
No.
Lack of fashion. Lack of food.
No.
Lack of what, Robert?
Say knowledge.
Knowledge.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Ain't no preacher gonna be able to tell you about me because you done rejected knowledge. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget who?
Thy children.
Is that not what's going on right now, Robert?
So you saying Mandigo been forgotten because he ain't better himself while he was in the penitentiary.
Exactly, brother. Exactly. So you got to, Mandigo allowed himself to serve time. He didn't allow time to serve him.
Yeah.
So you got to allow time to serve you. And my good partner, Curtis Davis, who was in Angola way longer than Mandigo, he spent about 26 years in Angola. Curtis read over 4,000 books. Curtis is one of the greatest chess teachers in the world. We got a business that we formed together. I know see, you can't bring that foolishness to me because my goddamn cousin, Alvin Moore, was the last person who was executed on death row. So you can't bring that foolishness to me because, nigga, I'm from these hoods, but I never got caught up because I had a solid village. So you got a Negro, Lil Drizzle, Chris Dooley, who is from a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
You don't even come from this. But you want to promote this to the damn children. And then you want to say, see, we got people dying in the street, man. See, you should.
But he said he wanted to hang out the window with that chopper.
Come on.
And I want to ask you about this before the time get too long. Like, I see now, like, when he talk about Orville, he want to make it seem like he made Orville who he was. Like, he saying Orville, he don't tell it how it is. Like he said, he a marketing guy and he make it seem better than it was. He said when he found Orville was staying in a U-Haul.
Orville admits
storage,
that.
Yeah.
Orville admits that.
My thing, why you want to put? He might don't want everybody to know that. Why you putting them out?
Let me tell you about this brother. I've been working with this brother now. He's getting ready. As a matter of fact, we had him at Tuesday morning breakfast a week or 2 weeks before the Human Harmony.
Shout out to Tuesday morning breakfast.
Yes. We'll be there in the morning with a sister, Natasha Davis. She got a business that provides space for artists to do their thing. Orville started telling his story, the real story. Do you know what Orville always, he got 2 words, God's plan. Hurricane Chris, if he wasn't so ignorant from a spiritual and cultural standpoint, he would see the role that he played in this and getting Orville to Shreveport. But he's trying to disrespect him because Orville was down. But guess what? Orville started telling his testimony at Tuesday morning breakfast. Now, he asked me the other day to start to promote the fact that he's now about to really start telling his story. That's why I said...
Nobody told me.
Exactly. That's why I said this dude is vested in Shreveport, not only with real estate, but that dude has a church home. He plays bass guitar at Bertram Bailey's church. This dude is a transformed person. So Chris played a significant role in this thing. But like you said, he tells the story from a negative perspective. And had he humbled himself instead of pushing ratchetness so he could see Orville is not in that lane.
And it's starting to make sense now because before he caught that case, he said he was taking acting classes and stuff. Is Orville the reason he started doing it?
Probably so, because he started to see what Orville was doing was coming to pass.
Yeah.
See, Orville's vision, 50 is investing in Orville's vision,
Right.
because Orville is a good dude. Philip Price, his business partner, that's a good dude. And they've selected Shreveport. Man, they got cities like, nigga, come here.
Yeah.
Come to Gary, Indiana. Come to Jackson. And we got Negroes who are stupid enough to roll with this fool. Talking about he pimping the city. I asked a Negro the other day, explain how he's pimping the city, fool. He's already spent $2.5 million on buildings. Yeah. Guess who is his real estate agent?
Tell me.
Someone from Shreveport.
It's a black
my goddamn cousin.
A black man from Shreveport.
My damn cousin. Gerard Durden. This dude is doing business with African Americans.
With black business.
Okay.
And another thing, he say he the reason he brought him down here for some type of deal with someone.
Because
Can you elaborate on that?
He was trying to. Here's the deal. He was trying because after the Halle Berry thing, that album didn't even crack the top 200.
Yeah, I think it sold like 1,200 or something like that. Yeah.
It didn't even crack the damn top 200. So he's now trying to come back. So my good partner, Anthony Montgomery, Cassandra Montgomery, and Shalette Holden, the owners of Hayes, shout out to them. They good people. They agreed to put the money up.
Even after he left them and went to 5
Exactly.
I mean, to go live in the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, they still gave another chance.
They still gave him another goddamn chance. But he knew he needed a marketing representative. So who does he go find?
Orville
goddamn Hall. Orville was down on his luck in Atlanta. So Chris is telling the story truthfully. He brings him to Shreveport. But Chris messes up. However he messes up. Orville, seeing how cool Anthony and his team are, he lets it be known, bro, this has nothing to do with me. So they hire him to help manage and promote Club Hayes. And the rest is now history.
Yeah.
And that's why 50 is partnership with them in the G-Spot down in the Red River District. See, this ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn rap music.
And it's all personal. It's almost
I want to say this. The reason why some people have such good luck, like Anthony, for example, even after Hurricane left him,
for real,
after he gave him his start and went with 3 feet, the people, not 3 feet, but with Baby number, he was who he alleged fucked over them.
Yeah.
Anthony Ray gave you another chance.
Another chance, bro.
And now he's prospering from all the good deeds he did. And you mad. And you never mention this man at all.
You'll never mention him. Anthony Ray Montgomery, bro, is one of the best dudes you gonna find anywhere in the world.
Yeah, he always been a humble brother.
I'm telling you, he humble. That's my partner. His goddamn wife is my partner. His sister-in-law is my partner. They good people. And they supported this dude. He messed up. And what he thought was he just went on and went back to Atlanta, wherever the hell he went. He didn't know that Orville was predestined to come here by the creator, bro. And you can see it because who done invested in his vision.
So do you think like the devil or some form like that then got off in Hurricane and got him on a war path?
It's Ratchet.
Because it seems like he's on a war path to tear down good people but I don't get. I just want to understand like a legitimate reason.
There is no legitimate reason. Here's Robert. Last year, after 38 years of being on the enlightened path, when I went to Xavier in 1995, at Xavier, no matter what your major was, everybody had to study 2 semesters of theology, 2 semesters of philosophy, and a semester of ethics. I was a marketing econ guy. And I used to say, like, why the hell we got to study theology, philosophy, and ethics?
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense, bro. Every goddamn day, I have to deal with this. So this is what I concluded last year after 38 years. The absence of spirituality and right culture. I want everybody to hear this. The absence of spirituality and right culture is the foundation for all negative, toxic, evil, demonic thought, behavior, conduct, and action. So because Chris is spiritually and culturally deficient. His mind is open to bullshit. And so now bullshit has engulfed his mind. And his whole mind is about ratchetness. So one minute you say, we want to protect brothers from getting killed, but you just killed a goddamn brother. Mm-hmm. One minute you say you want to help people get paid, and I need to be on the goddamn stage because I'm a legend, but then you lie and say, I was at a football game with my child.
But it was 4 days.
Yeah.
He said he used it, but it was 4 days.
Yeah.
He had 3 other days.
Yeah, this game took longer than you think,
I think he got brain freeze from the receding hairline.
Exactly. Exactly. So you trying to come up because you know you messed up. Mm-hmm. So one minute you saying this, the next minute, you can't make, like the old people used to say, you can't turn shit into shine.
Yeah.
You can't turn shit into shine. And so you can't make a goddamn pig pretty. And so at the end of the day, you can dress a pig up all you want. You can put lipstick on the goddamn pig all you want. It's still a goddamn pig. The only way that Chris is going to be able to come out of this, he's going to have to humble himself and submit his mind and his will unto the Creator, because Orville, when I talked to him the other day, and I asked him about, what you think about all this, and that brother say, Craig Lee, God's plan, because this is God's plan, and Chris played a role in this. But if he had humbled himself and understood the bigger picture, and now transition out of the rap thing, and now start to look at the business thing. Mm-hmm. Like, look at what you're doing. You're taking film. You all are packaging your podcast. Mm-hmm. You all, when you called me earlier today, you said, Craig, get over here every time. What were you all over here doing? Editing.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all are learning everything that is needed to make a production. Mm-hmm. All y'all got to now do is get with people who can write script, who can act, and now y'all can make a film. Mm-hmm. And now, because y'all are connected to Orville, through myself, through MJ, through Best 13, y'all now have an opportunity to present. And it may not even be G-Unit, it may be another film studio. But the opportunity to now take advantage of the film industry that had left Shreveport. Remember now, it left and went back where?
New Orleans.
So 50 Cent is resurrecting the film industry in Shreveport. And so the other part is the commercial and the residential stuff, the tourism industry, the affordable housing. See, these things are going on right now. Mm-hmm. And he don't even understand that. So if you were serious, on Saturday, I was in Cedar Grove. Shout out to Cedar Grove. Sorry I had to whip y'all ass in Domino's. East 76th Street. I love you people over there. But I was over there playing dominoes. They had their annual East 76 reunion. If you're serious about doing something for your city, it's enough adjudicated properties over there. It's enough dilapidated properties over there. Mm-hmm. Get a house, get your crew. And now, since you say Ratchet is positive, show some positive motion with Ratchet. Mm.
And see, what people don't know, like me and him growing up, especially from childhood, I don't know, we were aspiring rappers. Yeah. And that's what we wanted to do. But I think it's, for some reason in our community, it's hard for men to realize when it's fucking over.
When it's over.
Like at some point as a rapper, like you gotta know, like if it's your over. Buzz ain't then came back by then, if your buzz ain't then came back by now, it probably ain't coming, bro. Like I don't know, like rap is a young man's game for the most part, right?
It's a young man's game, bro.
So I don't understand, and that's what was my whole point when I was talking about Mandigo, because Mandigo, you could have solidified a great legacy. You could have came home. You could have got a bunch of these young rappers, you know what I'm saying, and created a Lava House 2.0 or something. You know what I'm talking about?
But he would have had to do what?
He would have had to
read.
Well, you might be asking too much.
Now you have to read. You gotta read. You gotta study.
Right. And I just think, man, I know you might think I'm against you. I'm not really against you. I'm against what's being purported. But I feel like, man, you can really try to turn this thing around if you invest in the youngsters and try to do, because you can, I ain't gonna say you can solve beef, but you can stop a lot of things by getting these young dudes in studios versus you trying to be in the studio,
brother.
That shit whack.
Exactly.
I'm just being real.
It's just totally whack.
As a matter of fact, we gonna do this for Mandigo music.
Booty loo.
No.
Listen, man, let me tell you something. When we look at this whole thing, based on what you're saying, if you had grown, see, this is why Dr. Carter G. Woodson wrote this book in the 1920s, Miseducation of the Negro. The white man, Douglas Blackman, came back and wrote this book, Slavery by Another Name, because that's what we're in, slavery by another name. So what has happened, the Negro has embraced going in and out of jail as if this is some kind of goddamn badge of honor. It ain't no goddamn badge of honor. And so the rap music can be used as a positive tool if you enlighten your thought process. And at the end of the day, when you really think about this, brother, let me tell you something. We got a lot of connections to a lot of things. I was at Piccadilly's today with Don Gibbs. He's the head of security for Cattle Parish School Board. He said just the other week, he stopped at the Waffle House on the Greenwood Access over there by Huntington off the Pines Road. Guess who he bumps into? Jay Prince. No bodyguards. Jay Prince, y'all. But guess where Jay Prince is from? Here. Jay Prince is from here. He got a farm down in Logansport or something like that. And so at the end of the day, Jay Prince is related to Anthony Montgomery. See, we got so many connections. But so like I'm saying, today I was at lunch with my good partner, Don, who is the security director, Don Gibbs, who's the security director for Cattle Parish Schools. And just a few weeks ago, he was at the Waffle House off of Pines Road. And who does he bump into? Jay Prince. No security. But Jay Prince is from Louisiana. He claims Houston, but his people are from here. And so that's Anthony Montgomery's people, right? And so you never know who knows who. And so within this overall dynamic, bro, you got to always be mindful of your words, your actions. It ain't got nothing to do with you being scared or whatever, but you can kill opportunities that could help you do things in the mix.
Yeah, I don't want to cut you off, but I just noticed something. I just put the other connection together. Hurricane had got another deal with Rap A Lot Records. Exactly. I wonder how he got that deal.
With Anthony Montgomery.
It makes sense now.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's with Anthony Montgomery.
So Ant been looking out for him the whole damn time.
Been looking out for him the whole time.
And he started cutting him.
And you'll never hear Anthony say not one goddamn word. Mm-mm. He just operate. That's how he is, bro.
Cause I remember I was in high school. This when Hurricane left. Anthony Montgomery, he had came up to the school passing out flyers looking for new artists. Me young and dumb, I don't know. I'm like, oh, they just mad because Hurricane left their ass. He came to me, ran into me, don't know one artist make the label.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He had to break it down to me.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony is one of the genuine, man, these cats are just genuine cats. So they go through a lot because the people don't actually know. But that dude is connected to a lot. He brought Jay Prince here for the book signing for Jay Prince's book signing for the book Respect.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a good book, too.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so we lack the respect because we lack the spirituality and the right culture. And then the other part of this, I've heard people say, well, they pimping the locals. Let me tell you something. And I told y'all this earlier, and I told y'all who I would bring this back up. 5 years ago, my colleagues and I, Attorney Larry English, Paul Pratt, Willie Bradford, we lobbied for and presented the largest economic development game plan for downtown, any city in the history of North Central Louisiana, and that was the Cross Bayou Project.
I remember that.
Okay? That project included bringing the state building from Fairfield downtown. But it was spearheaded by Attorney Larry English, who still is based in Shreveport, but he lives in New York. He still has a home here, but Shreveport, he's working a major case right now, as a matter of fact.
That name sounds familiar.
Larry's done a lot of things. And so we've been colleagues since 1996. And Paul Pratt went to Fair Park with me. He's a phenomenal all-state insurance agent. They spearheaded this project. Levette Fuller was the deciding vote to killing the project because they didn't want African-American black males, black men, spearheading a riverfront development project. Now, if you go downtown right now on Fannin Street, what do you see going up?
A damn state building.
The damn state building, right? So now, why do I bring that up? There's been a lot of fools who don't know this game say, well, they messing over the locals. And dude, ain't nobody messing over nobody. 50 cents. Let me give you another one I heard. Man, they gave him a $2,400 a year lease. I would like to see something like that. The dude is putting $20 million in the renovation of the building. The only reason that they gave him the $2,400 a year lease is because the building is tied up in liens. That's the only goddamn reason.
Yeah. So that's smart on their part.
That's smart on their goddamn part. Okay?
That's just good business.
It's just good business. There are other leases that the city gives out to white folks for $1 for 99 years. Like Cedric Lover offered the white folks who wanted the dog park, he offered them the Hamels Park $1 lease for 99 years. Guess what? The white folks didn't take it. You know why? They didn't want to put the investment dollars into building the infrastructure. 50 Cent them is putting the goddamn money up for the goddamn building. Yeah. So if he putting $20 million up for a $10 million building in reconstruction, you think he wouldn't goddamn buy the building? That's just stupid foolishness, man. And then the Negro was mad because he put $500,000 up for goddamn security. Yeah. So let me make sure I understand this. So you wouldn't want security at that level, so somebody could have got shot.
You know he don't like police. He say the police falsely charged him and all that.
But
when you killed that man with the rock.
You killed the brother. And so, however the shit came out, you killed the brother. The point of the matter is, it wasn't even your goddamn car, but you up here perpetrating. I saw him on another podcast lying. Talking about, man, every day at the trial, they had the streets blocked off. And man, bruh, it was like a misdemeanor case, man. Ain't nobody even know your ass. Ain't nobody even know your ass was in the goddamn courthouse. He up here trying to like he was Don Corleone up in this.
Like it was the OJ trial.
Yeah, it was like the OJ trial. Bro, ain't nobody even know you was on trial. This is foolishness. So the clout that he's been chasing is crazy. So I want people to understand, we've had Shreveport people. I'm the primary person. So if anybody was going to be mad at 50 cents, it should be me and my teammates. But why the hell would we be mad? Yes, the deal got turned down 5 years ago. But the only way that you can get a deal like this done, you gotta have a cat that got major dollars and major influence. And goddamn it, 50 Cent's got it.
Yeah.
I had a Negro to send me, look at your boy. So they had 50 Cents with Congressman Mike Johnson. Look at his sellout ass. I say, boy, y'all rode that damn short yellow bus to goddamn school. I said, bro, let me break this down for your stupid ass. Your stupid Democratic ass. Mike Johnson, listen to me, Negroes. I'm going to break this down for y'all stupid ass. Mike Johnson is the goddamn congressman for the city of Shreveport, for various parts of North Louisiana. He is now, he's a native of Shreveport. He is now the Speaker of the House of Representatives for the United States Congress, which means he's the third most powerful politician in the world. He is from your goddamn city. 50 Cent's people are smart as hell, cause 50 met with him. And just for y'all ass who rose with this Lil Drizzle Chris foolishness, so you can know, Mike Johnson, when we launched Dads on Duty, guess who introduced us on the floor of the United States Congress?
Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson. Now, not only that, 50 Cent is the first person to come to this goddamn city to do a development that had enough sense to visit Barksdale Air Force Base.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why is that significant, Robert? Because Barksdale Air Force Base is either the third or fifth largest military in the world.
Oh, in the world? I think it's third.
In the goddamn world. That's where the B-52s are headquartered. Mm-hmm. It's the largest employer in North Central Louisiana.
Yeah.
So the dude meets with the congressional leader and Speaker of the House. He meets with Barksdale. Get it? This dude is really elevating Shreveport on a level that these Negroes can't even comprehend, bro.
And another thing, you notice he haven't sided with the Democratic candidate or the Republican candidate
at all.
And I'm gonna say this: 50 Cent has done in a short period of time what Mandigo failed to do. 50 Cent went to jail at a young age.
Come on, brother.
Got his shit together.
Come on, brother.
Got right. Got on the right path. Don't smoke. Don't drink.
Come on,
you know
brother.
What I'm saying? Doing it. He tell everybody that work for him do things the right way. Mandigo, you had 15 years. And you came back on the same shit.
Same shit.
On the same shit.
Same shit. And so in this game, bro, you're either elevating, what do we say? Larry Hoover? What? Growth and development. You're either about growth and development or you're about destruction, and you're about the business of destruction when you don't read. And look at the 7th verse of that 4th chapter. Look at what it says. As they were increased, as they made more money, got more houses, better cars, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. So when you're not operating on the right frequency, when you're not operating within the realm of positive energy, you can have all the goddamn money you want. The creator's still gonna destroy your punk ass. And so that ratchetness is over. They can still claim that in their little individual enclaves, but as it relates to the city of Shreveport, bro, we not allowing no Negroes who ain't never brought a job to the goddamn city. No economic development, no community development, no crime prevention. You've brought nothing.
And the job they did, Brian, them people said they ain't get paid.
Okay? And so at the end of the day, bro, this is a what the white folks say, it's a no-brainer. And 50 is already in the mix. So if you come up, as we're getting ready to launch our Louisiana Black Arts Institute, and then we got the Louisiana Institute for the cultural arts. Right. Yeah, we'll be doing film and sound and whatnot with Leica, with LeBay, writing, things of that particular nature. You learn to write so that now we can get together with the people who do the filming. And so now we can put together a project. And now you get this thing done. And not just in, a movie or something. It could be a documentary, like you were just saying that you've been contracted to do. It could be anything. A story on Ann Brewster out of Allendale. Yeah. We got so many stories to tell. So 50 is giving us an opportunity to get in this world stage of film and television. And bruh, nobody here locally can do that. It's just that goddamn simple. And if we do the right thing, and here's the other thing, as I close out. Get together with a team of people. Get together with a team. I'm honored to work with Robert and this wonderful filmographer here. This young brother is learning how to do this. MJ, Best 13. I'm working with these young people because I'm about to be 57. And my patience level with you goddamn Negro savages, it's goddamn very short, goddamn.
I know that's right.
It's very short because I've been on this path for so long. But get together with a team because you can't do this by yourself. And now, whether you focus on writing or whatever your skill set is, perfect your skill set, work together with your team, learn the goddamn business so that you can now play in this game. 50 is making that possible for all of us to come up.
That's good, man. I want to thank you for coming through today. You know what I'm saying? It's truly a blessing anytime you get to come sit in that seat and you'll be back.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be some more shit that break up and you're going to have to get it straight and come connect to that.
You might got to come back tomorrow. How fast stuff
Look here, man. Let me tell you, I'm just proud that now with social media, we got young people. Robert, you, MJ, all of y'all are getting in this thing, and that's all I've ever wanted. I just didn't want you all to, because I've seen how this thing takes people out. Mm-hmm. And some people really get disenchanted and they just give up. And I just didn't want you all to get played like I got played, because if you don't have a real spiritual constitution, this thing, man, because these people play a lot of games. You've been learning. Mm-hmm. These people play a lot of games, man. And I tell people all the time, if these Negroes was in the street, most of these people get killed. Mm-hmm. The games that they play. Mm-hmm. But you got to have a spiritual resolve. So it's good to see you guys with Best 13 and some of the other people coming up, because now as I'm transitioning into the latter stages of my life and career, I'm never going to retire, but my job is to help leverage the resources to help you guys. And one thing I used to tell Robert early on when he talked about the white money, I said, look, bro, these are our enemies. They're not going to take their money and produce the programs, the projects, and the events that's going to help to empower us. So we got to now generate the money, the status, and the materialism that is going to help fund and promote our programs, projects, and events. Because if we don't become, everybody can't become millionaires and billionaires, but you can see the power if you got the right people with the money, like 50, and you now invest in your city or in a couple of surrounding cities, you can now make a major impact. And the other thing, you got to look at Shreveport. We are the regional hub for East Texas, South Arkansas, southeast Oklahoma, and central Louisiana, and northeast Louisiana. We're actually the hub for all of this. So it's not just our 100 and roughly 90,000. We got an MSA of over 300,000, but we got to be smart as to how we maneuver and operate. And so right now, bro, we are the talk of the universe. So it's up to us to take advantage
of the opportunity.
Of the goddamn opportunity.
It's like most opportunities, even like I say, like with the Jewish corporate lawyers, they just so happen to be in the right place at the right time. Even like with the some of the fashion brands, like us, we're not the talk to make our own clothes and such things. A lot of these people, they ain't have no choice to do that. So when that industry came around, they was in the right place at the right time.
Exactly, exactly. Because it all starts with the idea. And if you can find the individual, like with Dad's on duty, I got to get ready to reach out to Damon Johns, FUBU. He reached out and said, man, we love what y'all doing. Do you not understand now? We made international news with Dad's on duty. Now goddamn Will Smith takes us to a whole nother level. Then now we come back with 50 cents. So now when we reach out with Damon Johns in the coming weeks, but don't you understand we got brother, before 50 even came to Shreveport over the past 2 years, there have been white movie companies reaching out to either do a movie or a TV show with us. I told Michael Morgan, our chairman, we ain't signing a deal. Let's just see how this plays out. This before I even know 50 was coming. Now that 50 is here, we're going to put some stuff together to see if he would be interested in doing either a TV show or a movie. So I don't give a damn about no backstage passes. I ain't had no tickets to the deal. It's about the business, the work, the opportunity that he's bringing. So you got to figure out, where am I going to fit? And everybody can't do the same thing. And everybody needs to team up and see who y'all rolling with. You, Robert, y'all got a solid team, and y'all other partner, y'all got a solid team. Come up with some ideas that can be packaged, and now see if Arvo and 50 will roll with it.
And I think you probably need to talk. You probably the only person that can talk to our co-host. He quit recently.
He quit?
Maybe you can talk.
Yeah, I thought he was crazy.
They hurt his feelings.
In the comments.
They hurt his feelings in the comments. When we did a show with Gangsta Williams.
Yeah.
He did a lot of talking, and the people let him know about it.
Yeah.
Damn. He brings some flavor to this. Yeah. That's my boy, man. That's my boy. Come back!
Yeah, come back.
Come back!
Come back, Red Hat.
Yeah, Red
Come
Hat.
back! That's my boy, man. He just in his feelings for right now. Yeah. Y'all got an open contract for his ass. Y'all got an open contract. That's my boy, man. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all, I like how you all are growing and y'all putting the energy and the effort in. Y'all gonna do good.
So make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment. You heard me? Like again, because we need the like for the algorithm. I'm your boy Nesto the Don.
Hey man,
That ain't my business.
But let's talk about it.
And we want to thank Mr. Craig Lee for coming again.
This ain't my business, but I just know about it.